What's up everyone? I hope you're having a great day. In today's video, I'll be telling you guys everything you need to know before you hop into your first game of Apex Season 9 or Legacy. Whether it's about the new mode, the new legend, the weapon changes, the buffs, the nerfs, the legend changes, all that stuff. Even a bit of the Battle Pass. Before the video starts, if you guys like this type of content, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified whenever I release a new video. Enough said, let's get into the video. So, the first thing I want to talk about is the new mode, Arenas. You may have realized when you try to pick your game mode, there's a new one, Arenas. It's different from the normal Apex Legends, a BR, It's actually a 3v3 game mode. The game mode is first to 3 rounds, and you have to win by 2, and then the max is 5, that's like sudden death. They made a few maps for this game mode, such as Party Crasher and Phase Runner, which look pretty cool, and then they also added a few maps from the BR maps, such as Thermal Station, Gardens, and Artillery. I'll be making a full arena guide with strategies and all that good stuff soon, so stay tuned for that. So now let's talk about the new legend, Valk. She has like a bunch of passives. She has her VTOL jets, which is like her main one, where she can sort of fly with a jetpack. But you can't go like all the way up to the sky. You have a limited amount of fuel, and you also can't use weapons while you're flying because that would be a bit overpowered. She's also part of the recon class, so she can scan survey beacons like Pathfinder, Bloodhound, and Crypto. And her third passive is that when she's skydiving, she has a cool UI. You can see everyone that's on the screen, like they put these little green triangles on them. Her tactical is a missile swarm, so kind of like Fuse's tactical, the knuckle clusters, but better in my opinion. Then again, the cooldown's longer, and you know Apex, they want to make stuff balanced. And then her ultimate is the Skyward Dive, which is basically like a jump tower. It's basically a great ultimate for repositioning. You can go all the way up to the sky and then use it like a jump tower, and even your teammates can attach themselves to it. So I think that's going to be great for rank, but we'll see what happens. And it's not too overpowered because it's not instant. It doesn't automatically go to the sky. You have to charge it a bit, and then if people shoot you, it basically cancels the ultimate and you lose all the percentage, and you have to wait for it to load all the way back up so you can use it again. Like almost every season, they added a new weapon for this one, and this time it's a bow. Like in real life, the longer you hold, the more damage it'll do. If you like barely hold it and then release, won't do that much damage. It also uses a new ammo type, arrows, which are only available for this weapon. They're more rare because only one weapon can use them, but if you miss a shot with an arrow, you can go and pick it back up, and if you hit someone with an arrow and you end up killing them, you can get the arrows back from their death box. The bow can use all of the scopes except for the sniper ones and the 2 to 4 times, surprisingly. Also, you can have 2 Hopups with it, and no, they're not any of them that you are familiar with. It's 2 new ones, which brings me to my next part of the video. Now let's talk about Hopups. The 2 new ones are Shattercaps and Deadeye's Tempo. And the bow can have both of them equipped at the same time, except you just can have to switch through them. So Deadeye's Tempo can make you shoot faster if you time it right, and Shattercaps basically makes the arrow turn into a spread like a shotgun, like shotgun pellets. From what I've seen and heard, Deadeye's Tempo is much better than Shattercap, so if you had to use one of them, I would probably recommend Deadeye's Tempo. Deadeye's Tempo can actually also be used on the Sentinel, and Shattercaps can be used on the 3030 repeater. With the addition of the 2 new Hopups, they're actually removing 2 Hopups, the Hammer Points and the Skull Piercer, which, the Skull Piercer, I'm not too mad about that, but the Hammer Points was really a fun Hopup to use, and it's sad to see it go. Let's move on to map changes, and for this season, it's for Olympus. There's basically this new huge ship that landed on Olympus that's called Icarus. It has enough loot for like 3 teams. It's located between Bonsai and Orbital Cannon, kind of like in the corner of the map. And here's a tip for it. There's actually a key card you can find in Icarus that kind of works like the vault from World's Edge. So if you find the key card and it's always at the same place, you can go to the vault, you can unlock it and get some pretty good loot. Also, just so you guys know, Olympus will be the only map available for the first week of the new season, probably because of the map changes. Another big change to the game is that there's now a starter kit. That basically means that you start with a gray Evo shield, a gray helmet, a gray knockdown, plus 2 shield cells and syringes each. So that's pretty cool and all, but it actually is bigger than a lot of you might think. They basically removed the gray helmets and knockdown shields from the loot pool, but they didn't remove the Evo shields, which is really good from their part, in my opinion, because you can still shield swap. But at the same time, the gray Evo shields have been significantly reduced in the loot pool. And that means other stuff will appear more in the loot pool, such as weapons, grenades, health, ammo, etc., but not shields. Those will try to stay balanced. One thing that they added that no one expected was emotes, like they have at Fortnite. You can use them in-game, and also you can use them after you win in Arenas mode. Since the emotes are in third person, it would be unfair because you could kind of use third person to see people around corners. So what they did is they basically made it so even if there should be a person there, when you're in third person doing an emote, that person will be invisible. They call it the anti-peek feature. Now let's talk about legend updates. All of us Wraith mains will be very excited with this one, even though it's just a small change. Low profile has been removed. So the people that had low profile, Wraith, Lifeline, and Watson, they took more damage because they were smaller. That's being removed. And, for Lifeline and Watson, that's cool, But Wraith, her hitbox has been a bit messed up lately, in my opinion. So I'm glad to see that gone. Another change with Lifeline is that when she revives, she doesn't have that green shield anymore. So it's kind of the same thing, just no shield, which I think is a big nerf for her, even though they buffed her in other ways. I mean, I'm happy because me and my friends, we never use Lifeline, but it's really annoying to play against. And as a side buff for that, her Doc heal drone, the heal rate has increased from 5 HP per second to 8 HP per second. And the time where she takes it out has also been reduced by 33%. Her care package also was buffed. The cooldown went from 6 minutes to 5 minutes, which is, yay, like a minute off, but it's still 5 minutes, and it now guarantees an upgrade, which I think is pretty cool. So you can upgrade like the body shield, the backpack, and weapon attachments. But this all seems great, but at the same time, do you really want to go from a blue helmet to a purple helmet? I don't know how much difference that'll make. Then we have Octane. Octane has been one of the most meta legends in the past season, so they nerfed him. His stim, they reduced the cooldown from 4 seconds to 1 second, but instead of taking 12 HP, when you take a stim, it does 20 HP. Also, when you're using the launch pad and you slid on the launch pad, it used to have 100% accuracy, and now they removed that. Loba got her bracelet buffed, so hopefully it'll actually work now. When she's using it, she can run and slide at full speed, and when she gets teleported, she won't be slowed. But her ultimate got nerfed from a 90-second cooldown to a 120-second cooldown. Next up on the nerf list, we have Horizon. So her gravity lift basically is really bad now. Used to be able to strafe pretty well on it, and now, you can probably get beamed by using it. Also, you can only sit at the top of the gravity lift for 2 seconds. And on top of that, they increased the cooldown from 15 seconds to 20 seconds. And Horizon's abilities will now get zapped by Watson's pylons. Honestly, I think this is too much. I think she's going to be, not good at all anymore. But I think this is what Respawn envisioned when they were making Horizon. I think she was supposed to be more of a repositioning legend than a sit on top of your gravity lift with a Spitfire and beam everyone. They're showing my boy Fuse some love this season. He now has 2 stacks of knuckle clusters instead, and they reduced the cooldown from 25 seconds to 20 seconds. He's still gonna be the worst legend in the game, but whatever. They did say that more help is coming though, so that's good. Bangalore just had a small change. They basically made her smoke more thick. Nothing too crazy there. Bloodhound, I mean, his change is only really applies in ranked. He doesn't get assists from his scans anymore, and I mean, I think that's fair. It was really OP. You could literally get max kill points with 0 damage. Crypto's drone can now open and scan care packages, and I mean, I don't know how this change will really affect the game because I've never seen it happen, but his drone can't hijack a respawn beacon that's already in use. Let's talk about some weapon updates. So there's a new weapon class, the marksman class. So the G7 Scout and the 3030 are in the assault rifles, but they changed that and now they're in the marksman class. Also, the triple take is in the marksman class, and so is the bow. We'll talk about the triple take a bit more later. They're also increasing the movement speed while you're aiming down sights with the weapons from the marksman class. So they were at sniper speeds and now they'll be between sniper and AR speeds. They reduced the headshot multiplier for ARs from 2.0 to 1.75. So last season they had, with the gold weapons, they had the 3030, the R301, the Mozam, the longbow, and the Spitfire. And this season, instead of that, they have the Wingman and the R9, which I think is pretty good. And then they have like the Sentinel, you know, that's cool and all. The Hemlock. And they have the bow, which is interesting. The supply drop was changed a bit, so the Peacekeeper is back to floor loot. I think that's great. I haven't used a triple take like regularly in so long, but I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun now that it's back on the ground. And taking its place is actually the triple take, so that might be interesting, you know. I always felt like the triple take would be a weapon that would be on the ground, but I guess it can be pretty OP sometimes, and we'll just have to see how good it'll be in the care package. With the Peacekeeper on ground loot, it's basically like the triple take was when it was on ground loot. It already comes with a precision choke and you can turn it off, but I don't see why you would want to do that. It has a mini nerf from when it was in the care package. It goes from 10 to 9 damage. The time in between shots was increased from 0.9 seconds to 1.1 second. The reload time was increased from 2.45 to 2.5 if it's not empty, and if it's empty, 3.35 to 3.5. The pellet spread increased in general, and it loses the precision choke charge more quickly after leaving the ADS. There's also a few bug fixes that they added, notably stuff like Wraith's Q won't cancel when you hit a wall. Another one is when Mirage clones hit a thermite, they die after one tick. That's getting fixed. And then for us console players, the advanced look control tab will not be hidden anymore. And last but not least, in the Battle Pass, the 2 legendary skins that they have are for Rampart and Wraith. I'll show those on screen right now. And the tier 100 and tier 110 weapon skin is for the Spitfire. I think it's just alright. If you want a full Battle Pass video, let me know in the comments. Oof, that was a lot. If you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. Comment down below legacy to let me know that you guys actually made it to this point. And that just about wraps it up. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about Season 9 so far after you start playing it. In my opinion, this is one of the craziest seasons yet, and I'm excited to play it. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.